I didn't think I would see a prequel to Black Panther until I saw this. And they did a different take for Eyes of Wakanda.
So you didn't anticipate a prequel, much less a prequel that had less to do with the Black Panther, but more about a tribe of people that the Dogs of War.
Right. But then it leads up to, it takes you pretty much right to the beginning of Black Panther, which was kind of cool.
Yes.
But on Rotten Tomatoes, Eyes of Wakanda is scored at 92% by the critics and 52% by the audience. Why do they have the hate for this? I don't get it, but maybe I do. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel.
I'm Adon.
Where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. So, Eyes of Wakanda, 4 episodes, as I mentioned, about 30 minutes each as well, maybe a little bit longer here and there. I enjoyed it, but I did not enjoy it overall. So I guess I can understand the 52%. The reason why I don't enjoy it overall, is it kind of made these guys the villains. In my opinion, I saw them as villains.
I understand the first episode, they seem like villains. But in the other 3 episodes, what made them seem like villains?
Instead of doing like diplomatically, they're being a mold, they're being ninjas, if you will, in the sense of infiltrating, becoming part of that tribe.
I guess it's one of those things like the whole Batman thing. You either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain. Like the good war dogs, the ones that live their mission righteously.
Dogs of War.
Is
Are they
Dogs of War?
War dogs or Dogs of War? I think it's Dogs of War.
Okay, so we'll say Dogs of War for this. But the Dogs of War, to everybody else, is the villain.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's War Dogs. Sorry.
Okay.
It is War Dogs.
Okay, so
but no, but isn't it
only
Dogs
to
of
the
War too?
There's Dogs of War, but that's not them, clearly. War Dogs.
Sorry.
The War Dogs, to themselves, know that they are doing what's necessary and what's right.
No, I get it. But again, every villain thinks they're their hero.
Correct. And there's lines that they're not supposed to cross, and there's ones that do cross that line, like the one that's with Iron Fist. They told him, you were only supposed to get the medal, not to do anything else. He was like, it was easier just to take the thing.
Right. He takes the head. Right.
Yeah.
And then you have, in episode 2, Achilles gets killed by him, and they're like best of friends. So it's like he lied to him, and then he kills him.
They're basically Black Widows.
Exactly. But that's where like the bad part is, because again, they betray a bond that they had was people they befriended. Something get killed. Like this one. Granted, my favorite episode was the Iron Fist episode, because I love Iron Fist. So anytime you can have an Iron Fist in it and done well, because that was done
I was going to say that was also one of my favorite episodes too, because she kicked ass.
The capture of the action was amazing, and like the martial art, like you can see it again, like in Marvel Zombies, the action scenes there, it wasn't like whoa, wait a minute, like that cannot really happen. Here, you can see it happen. It's like that could really happen, especially there's some mysticism to it as well, but you can still believe it. It says a person who's highly trained, and then she's able to keep that a secret, because we don't really know. We really don't know how long he's been there. It made it seem like it was a weekend or a month where he can able to speak full Mandarin. I was like, yeah, right. You can't speak full Mandarin, sorry, in a month's time. But maybe he did, or maybe he studied prior.
Which is possible.
I don't know.
mean, the Wakanda technology and sciences are incredible.
But again, that's like way back in the past, though.
I mean, he had a cloaked ship that could fly, and it was camouflaged.
By snow.
Oh, that's true. It was. I'm thinking of the other ship.
But
still, they had a ship that could fly during like the Mandarin time. Like it was like
true. But I'm saying, like, you had that technology back then. The technology of today should be even more advanced. Like you should not even need a ship.
If
you had, I'm saying, like you had the ship way back then.
True.
And you still need a ship like 200, 300 years later. No, the technology should be easy enough that you have a jetpack that is collapsible. You hit a button and it should open up, and then you fly.
They kind of did. I mean, in Black Panther 2, in Black Panther, like T'Challa's outfit just did the whole thing. And then in Black Panther 2, Shuri made that thing with Riri.
I understand that, but do you understand where I'm coming from? That's clothing, and that's nanotechnology. Even Downey Jr. or Tony Stark had that same thing. But I'm just saying, like
You just talk about
the
it day to day.
machinery, huh?
You just talk about everybody should have it like day to day. Be like
No, not
Futurama.
everyone should have it, but the technology should be. If it's gonna be that advanced back then, it should be even further advanced today.
I can see that.
Like
I
I'm
mean,
saying,
in the
you don't need.
comics, like Wakanda's has its own colony in space that rivals the other empires. So
No, no, I get that because I have a lot of riches and all that stuff too, right? I get that, but I'm just saying, I'm nitpicking, of course, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
is like, I think
Oh no, I'm not
because when
saying
you
that
start,
because they're rich. I'm saying because like if we're taking to the comic perspective, their intellect, they conquered a section of the universe, and they rivaled like the Shi'ar, the Kree, and the
mm, mm,
Skrulls and
mm,
so
mm.
forth, just as an empire in conquering, not because they're rich. It's their
No,
technology.
I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying rich in the sense of like money, but like in the sense of resources.
True, yeah, they are rich in resources.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just using that as an example to agree with you. Like in the comics, they do get to that point with like today's technology. They're just not representing that in the MCU.
Now I do like it, because I thought it was going to be like an anthology of separate stories, which was cool.
They kind of are, but they're just it's following like a chain of
Right,
events.
but the fourth episode puts everything together.
Like what if?
Not just that, but it was like I thought, okay, they're going the Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Dark Side, Tales of the Empire, where
Yeah,
it's just like certain episodes are just one off. Where here they're doing one episode at a time. So I thought, oh, okay, this is a separate Dog of War or War Dog, by his or her perspective. And then the last one, that was pretty. I did enjoy that. The last one, we had the last Black Panther, and then meets the past of the prince of the time and what they went through to that axe or hatchet
yeah,
we see in that museum that we see that's in Black Panther with Michael B. Jordan's character.
yeah. Killmonger.
I thought that was cool. They put it all together. I was like, all right, that's done very well. It's almost like also Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, where everything comes together at the last two
Like a time
episodes or
loop.
last
Yeah.
episode. Was there a weak episode? Like,
Weirdly enough, it's gonna be either the Achilles episode or the final episode. Like I just
oh
wasn't
yeah,
invested as much because like the first episode grasped me because not only am I learning about these characters for the first time, right, and the concept
mm-hmm.
of them, I was intrigued by the villains of the first episode. Literally, the Viking woman made me think of
oh, the Viking. Did you not think of Predators?
that
Predator,
exactly what I was against a killer of killers.
Killer of Killers. Yes, it looked like almost like the same one.
Yes, which Disney owns Predators as a franchise.
Right, but
I was like,
but
she
okay,
lived.
but wait a minute. Did she die here?
She
I can't
absolutely
remember.
did die. Yeah, but it would have been wild if she lived and went back to the Viking world.
Because she also had a broken shield. It was like almost like
Well, her shield here was
by
like
copy.
curved, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. So
It
yeah,
wasn't broken in this one.
it wasn't
I
broken.
know the other one was
Not
broken.
at first. Yeah,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
would have
I
been
just
a hell of a tie-in if they did that.
now I do find it funny in the sense of the last Black Panther where everyone else like they try to like in Black Panther and Wakanda Forever they minimize the costume, be more efficient, less bulky, lighter weight. But we see her; she's like in armor,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
robotic
I
armor.
would have took that as an influence from Black Panther 2 when Shuri took over. Even though she was wearing the Black Panther outfit in Black Panther 2, she did also augment like the outfit for Okoye. Like this is going to be like the new armor for the Dora Milaje and whatnot. So like this is there that Black Panther set even further in the future. So and in the comics, Shuri takes that armor and merges it with the Black Panther armor. So yeah, that makes sense that it would end up being like that.
I would just think it would be a little more streamlined, but
Mhm.
okay. But I would like to have the Sun as the Black Panther.
The sun.
The end of Wakanda Forever.
Oh, for the bloodline. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like that one. But it is what it is. Now, do you agree with this score on the Rotten Tomatoes? Because I mean, I'm just flabbergasted.
Before we go to the score, what was your worst episode or whatever?
It's not my worst. I was kind of disappointed. It was the with Achilles.
I thought it was fascinating. It just didn't grasp me as much.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, damn. I mean, we know that Achilles gets killed,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like, and Achilles is a made up character, but it's done differently here. Like, this version, he dies by his best friend. I don't know. I mean, I did like the Trojan horse thing. I do like all that. And it just, and then the communication device, the fight scenes were great in that scene too. All the fight scenes in every episode was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. But the communication thing he had, it was like a type of Morse code. Oh no, it was cool. But I just, yeah, overall, just, I don't know. It's just painful to see best of friends and
So it wasn't really
the,
a bad episode. It's just it didn't sit with you that great because of the context of the episode. Is
yes,
that what I'm getting?
exactly. No, the episode was still good. It's just like, to me, I found it more like a villain because the artifact was more important than being true, having a friend.
Yeah,
Because
it brings up a great moral debate because, like, which is more important, like being true to your nation, your country that you swore you do
Mhm.
whatever you need to, or being true to a friend that you've been lying to for years.
Right, but it also is kind of cool too in the sense like they come back to Wakanda, their home,
But
they're
they're
not
not.
happy.
They bring that
They're not,
point up multiple times. Like they're no
yeah,
longer citizens of that home, in
no,
essence, because they've been
because
changed.
yeah, they've been away for so long. They've been exposed to a different world, even though Wakanda may be amazing, all this stuff, but it still has limits
Mm-hmm.
because they have to hide.
Well, they
Their
talk about
identity
it in the
has to
first
be.
episode. Like he's like, you think you're free, but you're not. You're still chained. It's just a different chain there versus
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Which is, it does go full circle if you're connecting the very first movie, because the whole principle of the very first scene in Black Panther
Come on,
was because of the war dogs and the prince seeing what's happening in the outside world and wanting to bring Wakanda to the outside world against the laws of Wakanda.
It does connect. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it ends with Killmonger at the museum. So it's like,
Absolutely.
so and that makes sense. Like, this is actually a prequel, and at a perspective of a certain group, the War Dogs or the Dogs of War. It's like, which I'm surprised they didn't show. They didn't do the lip thing. If you're a Dog of War, you do the lip thing to show your identity.
Oh, don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The tattoo. Tattoo.
It wasn't necessarily all Dogs of War. It was also like some aspects in some tribes that did it. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
To go back to Rotten Tomatoes score, 92% by the critics and 52% by the audience. And I'm thinking, I didn't read the reviews, but I think it's because they didn't like the aspect of what happened, like in my sense, like where it's kind of like they're looked at as villains. They're looked somewhat as the bad guys because what they're trying to do. And again, they ruined friendship. They killed their best friends. They betrayed trust. And I don't know.
I can
maybe,
get that.
Maybe it's a different reason.
It breaks people's fantasies about the Wakandans.
Yes.
It also doesn't have any recurring characters from the main franchise.
Except for Killmonger.
They show him, but they don't have a voice. They don't have like action.
But you know because like from after that, like you can watch this and
go
then
right
watch
into
Black Panther.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Watch Black Panther.
You're not really hitting the fandom by bringing in all new characters necessarily.
For me, I kind of enjoy that. I do like the break from the things. It's like Star Wars.
I don't
Star
disagree.
Wars does Star Wars do the same thing. They all about the Skywalkers. It's like, no, Star Wars is a galaxy far, far away. Andor and Rogue One did amazing because they broke off. They only had cameos of Darth Vader in Rogue One, and two cameo shots of Rogue One, and that's it. They didn't think about talk about midichlorians. They didn't talk about there was no Jedi, just even Skeleton Crew, another good one too. You're in that universe. You have people who are force sensitive or they're not Jedi. They're not officially trained, whatever, something like that. That's why I appreciate it. So for me, I'm definitely with the critics on this one, 92%. You are with who? You with the critics?
I'm going to be with the critics on this one. I think the show is a lot better than whoever was the audience rating this show. And like we've watched plenty of Marvel products that, sure, they could go into the 50s or 60s or whatever, but it does not need to be that low. If you were going to chip it away, maybe 80s, 70s at most. But this show is definitely worth it. It's a good time. To me, it would have been the same result if we had a show about Shield back in the day.
Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield or Agent Carter. Those were fun shows, but they like cookie. There was moments where they would just dance over the dirty of what those shows, what the organization was about. Because
plus it was live action in ABC. So yeah,
this is true. When you get to moments like the very first Ant-Man, where they show like Shield took the PIM technology and wanted to weaponize it. Shield does a lot of dirty things. Yes. And in the comics, Nick Fury did a lot of dirty things.
The white version or the black version?
White version.
I gotta watch that David Hasselhoff version.
Oh, I don't know where to find it. I gotta find that. That was made. I watched it years.
Oh, did you?
When it first came out, because it was made for Fox TV, and I watched it when it hit. And I watched it on TV. I remember almost nothing about it other than Hasselhoff was in it. He looked the part. I'll give him that. That should have been a cameo in one of the MCUs. Should have been.
Now, talk about the animation. This animation is different than what we were used to. What If, Marvel Zombies. This felt very Disney animation, especially with the Trojan and Achilles story. I could not help but think of
Hercules?
No, Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that's true. The guy did have that look with the beard.
Right? But the character...
I'm looking at him right now.
The animation had that feel. Yeah, you can use Hercules as a reference too.
So and then, of course, the third episode, I didn't want to think it, but Kung Fu Panda came to mind.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of humor in it.
True, yes. And pulling in the new agent, who was like his best friend. But I love her outfit in the sense her mask was cool.
It was like a motorcycle helmet almost that covered.
Yeah, and it had the neck piece attached to it too.
Yeah, like a scarf.
So yeah, but not a scarf.
I know it is an neck piece, but it kind of has a scarf attached to it too.
It was a really cool piece. Because again, when you're fighting, you just have that thing. It's very easy to take off the mask off. Having that neck piece also helps cover more of your identity. You can't tell if it's a guy or a girl because it covers the throat.
Yes.
So you can't tell if it's Adam's apple or not.
Correct.
So it's kind of smart too.
I kind of suspected it was a girl when I first saw it. But that cafeteria scene was great.
The whole episode was great. when she shows up as Iron Fist, it was great. The cafeteria did remind me of Spider-Man and Into the Spider-Verse. When they're all there, they get caught. Is this worth the watch for you though?
I think so. I've suggested it to some of my colleagues and friends. I'm like, yeah, you should check this out. So I think it's worth the watch. Yeah,
it is worth the watch. Yes,
I was okay with it being 4 episodes. Would I have been comfortable with more episodes? Yes. This is like the opposite of where we were talking about Marvel Zombies. That should have been more. I think any less than this would have been too little.
Yeah, 6 is good. They should stay like the standard. They should have a standard, because I think What If is 6 episodes per season.
No, they're more.
In What If, season 1 and 2, 9 episodes each. 3 had 8.
Yeah.
So it should be the standard. Like 8 to 9 should be the standard.
I think 6 is should be a minimum, unless these episodes were longer. But they're like 30 minutes. If you're gonna do longer episodes, then sure, you can go less than 6. They do it all the time with like live action. But if you're gonna be 30 minutes each, go for the 6.
All right, guys, that is our marvelous review of Eyes of Wakanda. Have you seen it? What was your favorite episode? Who was your favorite character? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Glory to Hanuman. I just messed that up. Love you too.
Wakanda forever!